Hey folks, it's Lucy with Ballyhoo Creations, and in this video I'm going to talk about what you can do with your embroidery machine to really put it to work for you. Most people know that you can do traditional embroidery designs that make a picture of something. These are some flowers that I've done recently. A lot of people think of cartoon characters, those are very common, but this is just a traditional embroidery design where your computerized embroidery machine draws a picture with stitches. This is a sketchy design. This is the Mad Hatter from Urban Threads, and this is very like as if you were drawing with a pen or a pencil or something like that, only it's thread. This is done with stitches. If you get up close, you can see these are all stitches that the machine has done, and it does this sketchy type design. There are a lot of digitizers out there doing this sketchy style. So that's an example of traditional machine embroidery where it draws a picture with stitches. But there are other things you can do as well. Here's an example of applique. This is one of my designs from Ballyhoo Creations, and what applique does differently is that you layer fabric on top of fabric. So this would be my base fabric, the white one, and then there's instructions that tell you at a certain point to lay down a different fabric. In this case it's a skin colored felt, and then it embroiders on top of that. And then the instructions will tell you again, add a darker fabric. This is a black felt here for hair. This is a blue felt for the shirt. And applique goes step by step, just building layer on top of layer like that. Another thing you can do is called a reverse applique. And that's where you embroider something and then you lay the fabric on top and the machine will stitch a border all the way around. And then you come and you cut out that top layer to reveal what's underneath, and that's a reverse applique, also done on your embroidery machine, or you can do it on a regular sewing machine too. Here's another example of applique where I've done the little nose is just appliqued on, and that's the simplest version. Oftentimes applique will do a satin stitch and cover up this raw edge right here. For me personally, I like raw edge applique, so I like to leave it like that and let it fray a little bit. That's a style choice. People have different tastes. This is something called freestanding lace. I'm trying to find the right side of it here. And this particular design is from Urban Threads again. This is a lace mask from Urban Threads, and this is lace that is stitched on the embroidery machine. The way that that's done is you get something called water-soluble stabilizer. It looks like a fabric, like a regular mesh stabilizer, but this actually dissolves in water when you get it wet. So you hoop this, and then your machine stitches every stitch of this, one by one, onto this stabilizer, and then once you rinse it, the stabilizer goes away and you're left with lace. And then I've embellished it with some metal gears and chains and things like that and made this is more than 10 years old, but that's an example of freestanding lace. People also do things where it's a 3D, like you stitch a wall of a house and another wall of a house, and you build the whole house by gluing the different pieces together. So that's a freestanding lace design. Also called FSL, stands for freestanding lace. And then we have in the hoop designs, and these are my favorite. I spend most of my time doing in the hoop, and these are some of my own designs. These are felties, and the way feltie is made is you lay a piece of felt and embroider on it, and then you put another piece on the back underneath the hoop. That's the back piece, and then it stitches a border to weld the front and back piece together, so that what you've got is something that's kind of more like a toy. Here's another example, and I've added the hair to this. That's just my own particular style, but the face is done like a feltie with the back here, and then I've put a big jumbo paper clip up in there. Also, pencil toppers are very popular. There's another paper clip. You can do like clothespin clips, and there's all different feltie designs out there. Gosh, there's so many of them now. Kids love felties apparently. Ponytail holders. What else do we do with felties? There's so many, like key fobs. In the hoop projects, you can also make bags. You can make dolls and stuffed animals. Again, those are my favorite that I like to design the most. But these are made in the hoop. The embroidery, obviously, is done in the hoop. Again, an applique nose on this one. These are stitches here that are done by the embroidery machine on the inside of the ear. And then the seams are done in the hoop also, and then you turn it inside out. Same thing with this one. The face is embroidered, but every seam here on the side and on the body here, these are all done on the machine. And then you turn it inside out, so you don't even need a sewing machine. Another example is doll clothes. A lot of people make doll clothes with their embroidery machine, and you get the same shape every time because the machine does it, stitches it exactly the same each time. This one has little faux pockets on the back. There's a long list of things that you can make in the hoop. Bags with zippers, little treat bags for candy to go in, dolls, stuffies, hand sanitizer holders, my gosh, key rings. The list goes on and on of what people do in the hoop with their embroidery machine these days. It's very popular to do the in the hoop projects. If you want to know more, go and search, type in your favorite search engine, machine embroidery designs, and start looking at all the shops that are out there and all of the different options that they have. So that's all I had to talk about with all the things you can do with your embroidery machine. I hope that was helpful for you. Now go make some stuff.